Yeah, let it happen by its own, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking and letting it happen, we are going into game number 2. It's gonna be Evos Legends against Aura Fire. And based on this matchup, honestly, I'm liking Aura Fire's matchup. I did talk about the Grok being missing for quite a bit. I'm glad that it's being picked up because I can imagine like the barrier, wall charge, and then you have the blazing duet coming in to finish it off, and then you have Faramis to bail everyone out after that with the Cult Altar.
They definitely have more ways to deal with the Uranus though, because Uranus thrives in being annoying, constantly healing with the consecration, being fast. You can't stop him. But if a Selena's done, you have the Fredrin, you have the Grok, you have the Faramis pull him back. So it's like putting the baby leash on the baby, right? The baby can't run amok like they want to. He's always pulled back. The parents say, no, come back, and then he comes back. That's kind of how it feels like. Fluffy does have the Purify, just in case he gets crowd control, because he knows that with this amount of crowd control, if he gets caught and he doesn't have Purify, he's a toast. He's toasted. So Purify is going to be it.
Ooh, okay. So speaking of Fluffy now, he's doing what Fluffy does. Pretty much the same strat. Try to go in onto the back, try to disrupt the jungles as a start, and maybe later on disrupting the lanes. But like what you said, just ignore the spoiled brats. But in the mid lane, we should see a first blood soon.
Tempted one at least. Oh my goodness. Praise the crash. See the arrow coming through as well from high. Not landing onto anyone, but Taz against Van is just going to be a wet noodle fight.
What's a wet noodle fight?
Oh, wet noodle fight basically means, you know, the pool noodles, like those that you see at pools and people used to just slap each other for fun. Wet noodle fight means that both of them are not dealing damage. It's like you're tickling each other.
Okay. I mean, I haven't been in a wet noodle fight before.
No, me neither.
Can't really imagine that. But we might see a wet noodle fight here as both teams try to get the first objective.
Flicker, penalty zone, appraisal grab, keeping Van alive, and here comes the call altar from Sin, saving everyone from his team. So you bring out a Flicker, a Purify, and 2 ultimates from the side of Evos Legends, and they are not able to get anything. Well, they did get the call altar out. That's pretty much it. Or a fire. Looking to take the first turtle off the game. Yumi in the front. Carissa pretty durable. Fluffy by side. Kimura is there though. And this time it's going to be Evos Legend that takes the turtle away. Appraisal grab used again. Van misses it. Taz shows up. The damage is not dealt. And Evos Legends disengage.
And that is what Evos Legends want, right? They just want to bait out the Cult Altar because they know that the cooldown of Cult Altar now is longer. So the moment that Cult Altar is not there, then it's going to be easy for them to just directly engage with the objective.
Oh yeah, you basically just take away it's such a strong skill, right? I say a strong skill, but you know, it was once even stronger. But the long cooldown does make you rethink, want to use it sparingly. That's why fleeting time is now such a good item on Faramis. The cooldown reduction does help. Let's go for the toughness boots. Hijume making the early rotate already, and there's no one that can fight him early on. I mean, Terizla's passive, the damage reduction to lower your health rate does make it a bit hard, as Dreams will be forced to use that ultimate to get away. Vandal, actually the Hijume, the knockup is there, crowd control, Hijume looking to get out of this, penalty zone use as well, the Beatrix rocket barrage is going to be there, but still pulls Hijume back for first blood for Kabuki. The little arrow doesn't connect, but Taz is on the run, and blazing duet to follow up, and it's going to be a second one for Aura Fire. Sin picks up that one, and Kimura charges in and just rams him into the dust. 3 for Aura Fire, Fluffy looking to be the 4th, but this Uranus barely walking out with his life.
Yeah, that's the sport brat that you just want to ignore. You give him a slap, he continues to cry, and you just ignore him. You don't give him the attention, and he goes away by his own. But it also opens up the purple buff for Van to easily take. Wait,
can you get it? Oh, good attempt by Taz, but Van just steals it away. A very interesting series of events. Aura Fire getting 3 isolated kills. Kimura rotating to get that kill in the mid side, I believe, onto Brands is absolutely huge. He just got the Blade of Hephaestus as well, so this Grok is going to deal massive damage with every swing of the totem.
Yeah, this is the Grok that you need to be careful, especially when it comes to team fight. His barrier is going to allow Kabuki to deal a lot of damage with his ult. So that could happen anytime soon as Kimura, he's positioning inside the backline. Anytime he can go on to maybe like Hijime or someone at the back, maybe like Dreams or so.
Barrier is used as well. Hijime again with penalty zone onto 2. Van and Kimura still very healthy. Van goes in, tries to fight for the turtle, but Taz secures it again. Hot ultra used by Sin to keep his team alive, and both teams disengage once more.
More objectives secured by Evos Legends this time, but they still don't get the goal lead. RFI still has the goal lead thanks to their 3 early kills. Kimura buying some time though, but everyone's onto him now. Taz will jump in anytime soon.
Wild charge wants to clear the siege minion, but can't do it in time. Doesn't have the damage, and punished by Evos Legends as they take down the bot tier 1.
Yeah, at this point, still about 6 minutes, and they are pretty close to each other, so I can't say that anyone has any significant items just yet. Not even a dominance ice is used, but Dreams is in trouble.
Lazy duet used. Very good pincer right there. Hijime does show out to help his team, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. But I think it's more worth for Aura of Fire. Kabuki now 2-0, and just not even getting the flicker and the kill onto Brand.
Expect because there's a Teresa, right? That's Hijime on the side of Evos Legends. So expect that Aura Fire, one of them, to get a dominance ice to really deal with Hijime. And I think that it will be like maybe the second item for maybe like Sin or someone, or maybe not Sin, Kimura, to try to deal with Hijime.
And Dreams just exploded as High and Sin locked him down. And the Selena Abyssal Arrow connects, full combo, absolutely deadly. And High wants more playing hero that allows the team to get meanwhile flicker, wild charge straight into the middle. Taz is the target. Not the easiest to take down. They want this tier 1, but it's just barely alive. The call ultra from Sin just in time to keep Van alive. But Van still ends up going down as he exits the radius, taken down by Brands from long range.
Wow, the wild charge coming from behind. I mean, that was brilliant. It's just too bad they couldn't take down the turret, and the turret was stopping Aura of Fire from getting more kills, and they were countered instead with Van going down. And again, disciplined gameplay for Aura of Fire. The moment they know that, okay, Van is not there, they immediately disengage. It just shows that they themselves know that they rely heavily onto Van's survivability.
And I think it's a miscalculation in damage as well, right? They brought like, what, 4 members in the mid side and couldn't take the structure. Fluffy showing up to protect that turret himself. It's gonna be a stalemate again because the third turtle just got taken by Evos Legends. Aura Fire will be forced to slow down a little bit.
As compared to before, we don't see Fluffy getting as much space to go to the back line and doing what he did as a Uranus this time. He joins in the fight a little bit more this time around. But like what we discussed, the moment he joins in the fight, like everyone just ignores him. So I guess he might be better off just doing like cutting the wave sort of strategy.
That could be it, right? They just lost the bot tier 1. Fluffy pushing the wave as always. Hijime losing a lot of health. Van still follows up with it. The Appraisal Graph, not enough to take him out. But Aura Fire, if there's one thing that they're good at, is to stick onto you. Most of the heroes have the ability to either keep you in place or just stick onto you. Tess actually gets the kill onto High and even burns his flicker.
Wow, okay, still managed to get that. And with that kill, now they have the lead in terms of goal. Okay, at least now the goal lead, I believe for the first time, Evos Legends have this lead. And we can see how effective, okay, because they have Hijime, right, as tanky enough, they should allow enough space for Fluffy to just do whatever Uranus does on the side lane. And if they can keep on doing like that, they can put pressure on the multiple lanes just like what they're doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also want to have this Paquito getting a good game. That's the important part. Paquito starts snowballing. It can't be a problem. You may flick this ball with the penalty zone. Hits thin air. Dream shows up. Couldn't find a target. Forced to disengage with the ultimate. And Van just re-engages. And now the full damage comes in from Aura Fire. Evos Legends absolutely punished for the fight that they started. Fluffy shows up and he's like, my parents are no longer there. So Aura Fire forces him back. There's 2 for Aura Fire. And guess what, Cloud? The Lord is up.
Yeah, what a good timing for them to get those kills. This should open up space for the Lord. Fluffy now is the center of attention, but they're not able to take it out just yet. They're not overextending their fight against Fluffy. They gotta keep their eye on Taz because Taz will be eyeing to land the retribution, but they see him and now they're shooing him away.
He used everything. Kabuki is toying with them at this point. Aura of Fire back in the driver's seat with the Lord. It's just the first, but it's the first step to the 2-0.
Finally, being able to secure that objective. Van must be missing his retributions landing on the spot. And now Kimura all alone but surrounded by the members of Evos Legends. I'm still waiting for the moment where Fluffy will go back onto the lanes because I think he is really effective when he does that because again, every time he joins fights, nobody gives attention to him. He might as well just shove out the side lanes.
Fluffy is now caught in a rough spot, right? Because he doesn't have the same freedom that he did in game 1. He has lesser space, lesser time to push the side lanes. Your Kabuki, who is ramping up right now on this Claude. Aura Fight taking over the jungle, and Fluffy is like, every time he sees Kabuki, he's on the run. Look at that, Kabuki shredding through his health pool.
Ooh.
That's half his health pool, and it's a Uranus. Flicker War Charge almost connecting onto Brand. That could have been lethal. As Evos Legends try to stop the sword. Should be able to do so without much problem, so then mid-tier 2 continues to stand.
Good attempt, wild charge there by Kimura, but unfortunately did not land. But look who was creating trouble at the bottom lane. It was Taz. No wonder Taz didn't join the fight. And Taz took over the role of Fluffy to just dish out damage at the bottom lane, to just clear out those waves, forcing Aura Fire to come back.
Kabuki, he is playing so far forward. He's been really good about himself. Again, he also has a Purify. But the most important thing is that he knows that Evos Legends can't kill him. There are a lot of ways to take him out, don't get me wrong. But he's feeling so good.
Speaking about feeling good, now Fluffy's feeling good at the top lane. He's just doing whatever he does. But he is attracted to move to the mid lane, it seems. Okay, not sure yet. They're keeping an eye on his movement. He's still staying at the top. So he's playing that little bit of a split push there. But speaking about pushing, Evos Legends might be tempted to go in to try to catch someone.
Yeah, and they are starting to feel the nerves a little bit. Hijume just blew the penalty zone in an attempt to catch Sin, who is the farmist and has Flicker. So no penalty zone for quite a while. It will be back up just in time for Lord, that is for sure. Kimura will keep Fluffy occupied as High continues to gain vision with the Abyssal Arrow. He's making sure that wherever Evos Legend steps, Aura Fire will have a good read on it. And you see the distribution of members, right? Aura Fire, they are leaning more towards the top side, but it does put a lot of pressure on Fluffy. Beams are going to come in and try to get the one shot, and that is exactly what they need. The Abyssal Arrow lands from High, but he knows the time to finish the job. However, his team is going to show up. Beams is going to be target. Kabuki trying to run him down with Van by his side, and Kabuki finds that kill alongside Van. That's a 1-for-1. Fluffy running towards his team as they now start to work on the Lord.
Okay, I think going in for Fluffy, but no, the counter comes in from Hijume. And now 3 onto Hijume, but he should be able to get away to safety.
Yeah, the Lord was taken by Evos Legends in the meantime. Very good decision making. Minimize the loss a little bit. So Evos Legends, they get to keep themselves in the game because of that one call. They took the Lord and a 1-for-1 trade. That means that they've equalized the state of the game.
Yeah, and actually before this, I was about to point out that Dreams have yet to create a big move yet. The one shots that we talk about. But we managed to see just one so far. But you kind of think about it, it was not really maximized. Like, he couldn't find the right targets. And I think that's also because of Sin with the Cal Alta stopping that from happening. Or High is just staying a good distance away that he could not find a one-shot rough ways onto him.
Absolutely. Lord's going to be taken care of very quickly though. Van puts himself in the brush, reaches the back line, draws attention to Evos Legends. They're going to unleash everything. All of the skills misses onto Van. That's 3 ultimates, Cloud. And they miss everything. Dreams are going to lose his life in the meantime. Kabuki chases him down. Massive disasters for Evos Legend. The Abyssal Arrow lands on the Hijumi. As Aura Fire slowly pushes Evos Legends back.
Dreams not having a good game, except for that one rough waves. Other than that, it's been a tough round for him. But because of Dreams is not there, they don't have the manpower. Now, Aura5 will happily take the bottom, but they now need to deal with the movement of Taz going up to the top as well.
Yeah, and I mean, rough ways, rough game for Dreams. 0-4 so far. Pass, trying to cut the wave. By Kabuki, Winds of Nature is going to be there. Kabuki will never lose this. And Taz is now in a world of her high, just flickers and just absolutely slices him apart. And Evos Legends, they are slowly crumbling, Claude.
Yeah, and right now Aura Fire, they do have control of the map, and with about a minute before the next lot comes up, I guess they are just shoving the wave, and the moment that lot comes up, they will move towards there. Now it's just pushing back the rest of Evos Legends back into their base.
Yeah, Fluffy had to use the Purify because of the Abyssal Arrow earlier on from high. And that's how concerned he is of Aura Fire at this point of time. He instantly pressed Purify. All while Van was corralling the remaining 4 members of Evos Legends back to their base. Lord up in 30 seconds, Aura Fire in full control of this game. Green and Fluffy need to get for 1 shot, but this time the wild charge is going to be there. Kimura will survive.
Oh, but the counter is coming in, Van! This arrow will not land, but it's okay. It's probably not their main objective because the rest of Evos Legends is around, so they don't want to overcommit.
And Aura Fire, they're not too concerned as well. Evos Legends, they do have members on the top side, but Aura Fire, yeah, is also moving there as well. They can bring Kabuki in. Alongside Kimura to do with Fluffy, look at his health bar. Absolutely shredded. Forcing him to pop the Consecration, to pop that ultimate, to heal back up.
Now, objective done. The objective is not to get the kill on the Fluffy, but just to shoo him back, just to buy time. Now that objective is up, Van is ready. He's opening it up. I don't know. Okay, looking at the current situation, Taz needs to be able to steal it away. Now, he still has Tyler and he's close by, but he can't get any closer because Kimura is there. And Kimura has the wild charge to counter.
Yeah, Taz, he's already too late. This Lord is pretty much Aura Fire's Lord. Hijume shows up and loses half his health bar. Such a tough game, honestly, for Evos Legends to play.
Yeah, it feels like almost like the same story as the first round. Starting out the game, it looks like, okay, looking good, seems to be having control, but when it comes to the mid-game onwards towards the late game, you can see the shift of power towards Aura Fire. And at this point, Dreams is still suffering. He's being hunted down. They know that he's an easy target. But this time around, luckily Dreams managed to sidestep away, and he's still alive for now, still maintaining a full team. While RFI just buying time for the lot to push in onto the top lane, and then they will all go in onto the inhibitor.
Before Aura Fire, they are just going to let the Lord push in from the top lane while they corral Evos Legends on the mid and bot. And there's nothing that Evos Legends can do. One Abyssal Arrow lands outside the base and you are toast. Bad. Whoa! Massive damage, and the one they got was Brand of all things. Uh-oh, Evos Legends in a big world of trouble. They need at least 35 more seconds for Brand to come back, but I'm not sure if Aura Fire are going to give them that luxury. The mid inhibitor down already. Aura Fire in the base. Has to give her an opening. Can't do so. Fluffy pulled back by Sin. Immortality is going to go down. Big penalty zone on the tree. Hijume starting to fight. Taz just about to join, but the Cult Altar will keep everyone from Aura Fire alive. Hijume about to go down. Able to get away. The Abyssal Arrow lands onto the backline, and that's Taz down. Aura Fire, 5 men strong on the Crystal. 3 dead for Evos Legends. Fluffy and Dreams trying to hold on to the game. France needs 3 more seconds, but Aura Fire will not give them that. Kabuki ends it off.